Hello there, welcome back to Deb and Lou's show. And Lou, in part 4, he was talking about hoovering and the importance of having a support network around you. What is
Yes.
hoovering?
So welcome back, our listeners. Yes, hoovering. This is the process where they come around again and keep trying to maintain contact periodically. You know, with the odd text, with the odd email. Usually off with the doing what they're doing. Oh, here's me having on my experience day, driving my Ferrari, living my life for me. And it's generally designed to make you feel bad because they're still trying to keep you hooked in, right? Makes you feel generally awful at this point. You really don't care anymore. you know um you need to reach out, as I said in the last episode, to your nearest and dearest people that you trust, because your whole sense of self has been completely and utterly eroded. Because one of the things that we haven't touched upon yet, which I really, really do think that we do need to speak about, is what we call the gaslighting, which was named after the 1944 film Gaslight, in which the protagonist plays tricks on his wife
Who
to
is,
make her,
who
yeah,
is
yeah,
Ingrid Bergman?
who's Ingrid Bergman, to make her believe that she's going crazy, to be committed to a mental institution so that he can steal her wealth. She's not going crazy. He is playing tricks on her, and he is dictating to her what her reality is. So she is doubting her own reality, her own sense of perception, doubting her own ability to be able to conduct her mental faculties, and she's
Just
generally
herself,
feeling very,
herself.
yeah, 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 yeah. So this is the state that they put you in. And an example of gaslighting is that you'll be sitting there, they will come out with a put down of about something or other, right? And then you're sitting there trying to work out, and what's going on, why have they just said that. You'll then sort of like come back as a chance, to respond to that, and you'll get, I never said that, or that didn't happen that way. You're lying.
Yeah.
And then they project whatever it is that they are doing, they will accuse you of.
Yeah.
So if they're cheating behind your back, they will accuse you of cheating.
Yeah.
You could be in your house, not leave your house 24/7, yeah, and you walk up the shop for a pint of milk, they will have accused you of you going to meet somebody else, right? Because that's what they do, right? If they're stealing from you, they'll accuse you of stealing from them. Whatever it is that they are doing to you, they will accuse you of it, because all the time they're putting the focus and the intention on what you're doing, and you're thinking about, well, what did I do wrong, or did I do that?
It's
Did I do that?
Yeah.
You are taking the focus off what they're doing, and they're getting away with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's projecting and distracting techniques.
Yeah,
Projecting
yeah,
everything they're feeling you're doing and distracting as you said, all the while you're thinking about where you went wrong. You're not seeing how you're having a number done on you.
exactly. So all of your innocent interactions with all your friends and family, and as we're going to the isolation process, they'll accuse you of having affairs with everybody, even people that you don't know, right? Or harbouring romantic intentions to have an affair, because this is their mindset. And you have to remember, the narcissist truly, genuinely believes that everybody thinks the way that they do. So if you have that suspicion, that because that guilt of what you're doing, you are looking for that in other people, and projecting that onto other people.
Well,
So
again,
it's like,
it's distracting because they want to set you up to look the bad guy. So if they can sort of
yes,
prove it to others, whether it's true or not, well, she was cheating, so I decided to cheat. It takes it takes the responsibility off of them, doesn't it?
Yeah, and also as well, we need to talk about something called reactive abuse, which is where they push you and push you and push you and push you and push you, you know, and you rise above it and rise above it and rise above it to beyond human comprehension, and then you explode, and then they cry victim.
Yeah.
You're abusing me, and then they accuse you of being the narcissist. That is an absolute classic, because they're well aware of this, because they are well versed in mind control techniques, as I say, using neurolinguistic programming, hypnosis. Quite often they have got a very strong interest in psychology. They may have experience of high pressure sales training, you know, which is all about.
They've run courses in sociology or psychology.
Yep.
You know, that they study all these things, because they're all learning.
Yes, they do.
Honing their skills.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And you know, there are a plethora of people who are giving seminars and lectures on exactly how to do this. You know, and there are, you know, websites out there, and you know, other videos and information sites that actually give techniques in how to do this for the specific purpose of rapid attraction, making somebody fall in love with you, you know, and being a successful person, you know, because this is what, you know, this personality type, which is a sociopathic, psychopathic personality type, what we quite often call cluster B personalities. This is their game. This is their bread and butter. This is how they survive and live. Yeah, you know, because they are all about, because they are essentially thieves.
Yeah.
You know, this is what they are. They're all about.
They're thieves, parasites. They're no different than a magpie or a cuckoo.
Well, exactly.
Or a mosquito,
exactly.
Or a beetle.
I would liken it to a tapeworm or a sheep tick, because you know, like a sheep tick will attach and it will drain you until it's had its fill, and then it will drop off and find another sheep or deer to attach onto. You know, and a tapeworm is like, it's like a bottomless pit. It doesn't matter how much you give it, it is not enough. So it will take from you. So you could be working, you know, very highly successful. You don't seem to ever sort of like retain any of your resources or any of your wealth, because as fast as you're bringing it in, they're taking it out of you twice as quickly. So like a tapeworm, you can be starving and eating and eating and eating, and all the time you're losing weight, because all your nutrition is not going to you, it's going to the parasite that's into your body, as with a tapeworm. It's the same thing with a narcissist. So you've got one that seems to be, you know, whatever it is that you're bringing into the house, they're spending it quicker than you can earn it.
And another thing a narcissist does is they big themselves up. So what, something small, they might, I washed up today, you know, I washed up 2 cups and I wiped down the side. And they'll exaggerate it and have you saying, oh, thank you, darling, thank you. But they'll big up what they do and their achievements. But whatever you do and whatever your achievements are, they minimise or they mock or they make it sound as if it's nothing. They're very good at that.
Well, that is a part of the process of the gaslighting, is to, you know, because they don't want you, to put it one way, getting ideas above your station, because it's all about control.
Yeah.
Right? They know your work. The greatest advantage that they have on you is they know your worth, and they also know that you don't know your worth. Now, the minute that you know your worth, it's game over for them. Yeah. It's game over. Because the minute that you know your worth and you go, hold up, I'm worth more than this. Yeah. I can do better than this. Yeah. You out. Yeah. And stay out. And I mean it. That is and that is where it gets dangerous, because that is when you get the tantrum stage. Because when you use the swear word in the narcissist dictionary, which is the word no, And the word no is not just a word, it is a complete sentence. See, when you say no but, they ignore that, because the word but is a psychological tool for them to ignore the previous statement. So no, and I'm not doing it. You know, you really do have to understand the language that they're using so that you can communicate to them. You've got to go to coin a phrase like the spinal tap amp, one louder. You cannot solve a problem with the same consciousness that created it. You have to evolve your consciousness, which the narcissist can't, because it can only break things down. It can't grow, because it's all about destruction.
Yeah, because they are just natural destroyers. That's what it's about them. That's where they really do get their kicks. They get the kicks out of destroying.
Yeah, and with the isolation, it's about taking away your access to you know, digital media, control of your phone. You know, a classic example during the gaslighting process is that you are accused of sort of, you know, of you're talking to your friend online. It's like, you know, hi Karen, you know, meet you for coffee, meet you in the usual place, and you'll be accused of that's being used as a cover story. You know, who is Karen? Well, you know, Karen, my friend Karen. Well, I don't think that you're meeting them. I'll come with you. I'll drop you off and pick you up. It's all about this coercive control, so that you are under constant surveillance. You know, and when you actually say, well, you know, what, I'll show you my phone, anything that you got there that's innocent, they will twist it around and make something out of nothing. Like when you go to say, well, show me your phone, their phone will be clean because they're expecting this, and they delete everything out of their phone. They take it away. Now, the target, when they suss it out, will start to do the same, right? Because you know that doesn't matter if it's innocent, it's get rid of all text, all evidence, because then you've got, because you want an easy life. Right, so you get rid of everything, you know, your innocent messages to, you know, your friends and family, right, because you know that it's going to be taken out of context and used against you, and you're still trying to work out how you're going to get out of this situation.
Because, as you said, Lou, all you want is an easy life, you know. But they, you know, they enjoy they're addicted to trauma and drama. An easy life for them is a mundane life. They love they love the trauma and drama.
And this is where they say, you know, when you're still sort of like in the trauma bonding, because the trauma bonding still continues right up to the point that they walk out of the door, because that is a tool that they use regularly. You know, so this is where you've got to realise, sort of like when they're doing this to you, you know, the trauma bond, you know, and then you've got the love bombing, you know, you will get to a point where you see the pattern, you become immune to it, you know, and you think, okay, right, I know what's going on here. You've been off and had a conversation with a friend who maybe alerted you to this. You may have been able to get online and found out about something about narcissistic abuse, and you're still in shock that you're actually going through this. You know, and this may be after the hoovering process, where they've come back after 6 months with the hearts and the flowers and the chocolates, and I'm sorry, and I made a mistake, and yeah, I'm horrible, I had an affair, I couldn't help it, blah blah, it's you're the one that I love, and you know, they come back and it starts it all over again. Second time round, after the first discard and the first hoovering, right, you're a little bit wiser, and it may take a few attempts for you to break free, and don't beat yourself up over it, because it does take, on average, about 7 or 8 times to actually break free of this. Well, but each time that you,
I read somewhere, like a domestic violence survivor, usually it's on the 12th time, as you say. It takes as long as it takes. You know, it's easy to say when it's not your emotions.
Exactly. Well, you know, with each discard, and it will happen 3 or 4 times usually on average, and we're going to talk about this, you know, in the next episode, in episode 6.
We'll be going over to episode 6. See you in 2 secs, Lou.
Okay, thank you, Debbie, and goodbye.
Bye.